Here's a quick video on how I created a live edge river table for my bus. It's made out of walnut with an acrylic epoxy with some metallic pigments. I started out with a piece of walnut from Boards and Beams in Fairfield, New Jersey. I had them plane it down for me, but it still needed a lot of work. I knew I wanted the finished piece to be about 38 inches in length, so I had to make sure the original board was long enough to give me both sides of the table when I cut it in half. Luckily, I had enough material to do a test table before the real one. I removed the bark from the live edge using a chisel and a lot of sanding. I cut the board roughly in half and created a jig to hold the board in place. I used foam core to line it, but I would recommend using clear acetate held together with clear packing tape. The acrylic should release from the acetate pretty easily. Once the rig was set up, I sealed the edges with some silicone. Then I mixed the acrylic and poured the river in several layers. I started with a clear layer and used a propane torch to remove any bubbles. Next came some metallic layers, which was the acrylic mixed with two different blue pigments. Followed by the torch. When the river was dry, I removed the table from the jig, cut it to its final size, and cleaned it up with some sanding and routing. Once the river was done, I used linseed oil to bring out the richness of the walnut. Once that was dry, I did 3 seal coats of acrylic, followed by a final flood coat to give the entire table some protection and a smooth finish. Once the table was complete, I mounted it on a pneumatic pedestal, and it can now be used as a dinette or a bed on our camping trips. I was concerned about the strength, but the acrylic is very solid and should last for years. I added some links to the products I used below. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks.